All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. We're going to do something a little bit different this week. As you know, many of you who have been who come back every single week to watch this video know that we normally go through the market, then I cycle through and show you a bunch of stuff, show you a bunch of trades that are setting up. But I thought today I would focus on just one pair and kind of walk you through this concept of advanced pattern trading. Now, one of the things that is unique about pattern trading is that you're doing a lot of predictive analysis. You are anticipating what the market is going to do, and then you're taking high probability trades when the market completes a specific action. So for example, what separates that from using other indicators or oscillators or things like that is the indicator or oscillator on its own is typically a lagging indicator, whereas pattern recognition is something that you can use to project forward in time. So one of the things that we're looking at here on Canada that we looked at last week is this potential Gartley pattern that was setting up. We had this this was a bat pattern, excuse me, that was setting up here, and we were looking for the market to drive down into this 886. And if you guys remember from last week, I said, hey, if the market gets there, then we're going to want to be buyers and we're going to expect the market to rally. Now, what you find in pattern trading is that many times you see the pattern setting up, but the pattern never completes. And I get a lot of questions from traders who say, well, Jason, if it's going to go down to the 886, why don't you just sell up here as you see the market turn? And we don't do that for exactly this reason, is because we don't know if the market is going to come down here and complete the pattern. We have no way of knowing that. But I do know that when the market completes this pattern, when the market presses down into this 886, I have a very high probability trading opportunity that presents me an excellent risk-reward profile. And that's why we do advanced pattern trading. But I talk a lot about being inside of the market's OODA loop. And what that basically means is I want to be inside the market's thought process. I want to be thinking 2 steps ahead of the market. What happens if the market goes higher? What happens if it goes lower? Excuse me. And then planning my trades around that particular setup. Because what happens is if I get into a situation like this, where I'm watching this market and I'm expecting it to come down here and then it turns around and rallies on me, a lot of times a guy might get flustered and he might say, well, I don't really know what happened now, and this is really, I don't know what to do, and maybe I should go look at a different pair. And what I want to show you guys is even though this pattern didn't complete, something else came in right behind it. And this is the beautiful thing about pattern trading, is that these pattern trades set up all the time on every single pair, on virtually every time frame. You can trade these patterns. And so although we didn't get the bat pattern setup that we wanted to see in last week's Forex Market Preview, we did get another very nice trade setup. And that trade setup was a Gartley pattern that's set up right in behind this. And guys, this is a great reason to, number one, be part of the syndicate. I'm not trying to sell you guys, but number one, be part of the syndicate, or take the next step if you're a syndicate member and take the Ratio Master Series course. Take the Pro Trader course. The next time that Akil does a 12-week transformation, if you guys want to really get serious about it and you want to get some live, real personal interaction and training, take the 12-week transformation. These are all things that are going to improve your skill set so that although you're watching the Forex Market Preview every week, you can go out into the market every single week and trade with the type of confidence that a professional trader has, because you can see what they can see. So for example, we know that the bat pattern didn't set up from last week, but look at what did set up right behind it. Those of you guys who are pros are already seeing it. You're already seeing the leg up, this initial move, swing low to swing high. Boom. And then you get the retracement down into the 618. Then we get another pullback. We're going to measure out the next leg of the move, swing high to swing low. And we're going to see we get another pullback right up into that 618 retracement. Beautiful. Right back up in there. Then the market rolls over. At this point, if we're professional traders and if we know what we're doing, we're grabbing that projection tool and we're going swing high to swing low and back down in, and we're going to buy those trades up right at that 127 extension. Right there. We're going to be a buyer right here, guys. Right there at the 127. And as you can see, guys, that 127 coming in. Whoops, let me make it purple because purple's for buy. That purple line, we're going to look to buy that 127 extension. As you can see, the market came right into that zone, rallied right back out of it. Then we're going to look for our targets. Our initial target is going to come in right at the 382 retracement. So we'd be buying them up at 103.05s. We'd be selling 103.40s, so that's 35 pips of profit on the initial leg of the move, and then we've got follow-on targets to 103.71, giving us another roughly 65 pips on the second half of our position. So guys, this was a great setup. And if this is all you did last week, if that was the only trade that you took, you made great money. So the market coming down in to finish off this pattern, coming down into the 127 extension. And guys, this is what sets up our pattern. If you'll give me just a second, I'll draw it in for you guys. This is what it looks like. Now, this is just a triangle tool. It's no special. I get a lot of people say, oh, I don't have those tools, those special tools. How do I get those special triangle tools? Guys, this is just for your benefit. A Gartley pattern right there. Now, here's the interesting thing. What do we have coming in right behind this? Well, we have an initial leg, a pullback, and then a projection down into, boom, swing high to swing low, back up in, down into the 127 extension. Now, those of you who are cipher pattern traders, this is an interesting setup. Let's drop down to the 60-minute chart. You guys are going to see on this 60-minute chart that, boom, it looks like the market closed below the 1414, but that's not in fact what happened. What happened was the market closed here at 102.94s, and we gapped below 102.91. So we had a gap lower, and then the market rallied to close back above the 1414, keeping this a valid trade. So we now have a potential valid cipher pattern trade. What do we need to see? Well, let's draw in the first part of the move. Let's grab our triangle tool. We go swing high to swing low and back down in. Let's relabel this. Let's make it red. Okay. And now we're going to look for the second half of the move. We're going to need the market to complete a 786 retracement. 786 coming in at 103.90, 103.92s. So if I draw in my little tool here, boom, boom, up to here. Let's color this one red so that you guys can differentiate between the two patterns. And there you have it. So what we're looking for into this week is the market to come up into the 786. If we get to 103.92s, we're now going to be sellers. We want to watch this market come back down the other way. Now, guys, this is the beautiful thing about pattern trading. I mean, you have two patterns in here. One pattern just completes, and the other pattern is setting up to sell, so you can get long one direction and then turn around and get short right back the other direction. And when the market is in this type of consolidation, it just looks like junk. It looks like the market's doing nothing, when in fact, you've got a multitude of trading opportunities inside of this. And I may have missed one myself. Let me just see what I did here. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, so never mind. What I'm saying is, guys, is that when you learn to read the market, my friend Andre calls it learning the language of the market, and when you learn to speak the market's language, these patterns will appear to you just by the naked eye. And you're going to have the ability every single day to come in on every single chart and identify these types of high probability trading opportunities. So, this week when you go out, start taking a look at this. Watch this trade, see how it plays itself out. We'll come back next week and talk more about it, and we'll show you some other pattern trades. But, cipher patterns, 80% accuracy. 80% of the time. Our historical, we've got over a year of real-time historical from over 100 traders who've been trading this pattern since last year started, 80% accurate. And you've got Gartley patterns here between 60 and 70% accurate. Guys, 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of every 10 times, those trades are going to produce you a profit. You got to get in there. If you don't believe me, do the testing yourself. That's what I tell every trader. Say, don't take my word for it. Do the testing yourself. But these are incredibly powerful setups for you guys. So I'll see you guys back here next week. Those of you guys, syndicate members, update on the software, okay? Now, here's where we're at. So this is, if you're not a syndicate member, this will be of no value to you whatsoever. But for syndicate members, I have finished Version 1.1 is finished. However, it's not ready for beta. We have the chat software now works. We can now distribute information. I have a big plan for this. The initial version will basically be something where you can receive real-time trade alerts throughout the day via the syndicate feed. That will be a desktop application that you can put on your desktop. I need about the thing is functional. I've got it, but I'm not going to show it to you because the user interface and all that stuff isn't done. Those of you guys who know about coding know that right now it looks like a really crappy piece of software, although all the functionality of it works really, really well. So the coder just sent me all the new specs. He's working like lightning fast. I mean, we had nothing 2 weeks ago. And now, 2 weeks later, we have a fully functioning chat software. So what's going to happen over the next, apparently it's about 57 hours of coding that still remains. So that breaks down to roughly a week and a half to 2 weeks that we're going to have. Now, I promise you guys, that as soon as I have something to show you guys, even if I can't release it, I'm going to show it to you guys. So you guys have been, I let you guys in on this at the very beginning. I told you like this was brand new software. It's totally we haven't even released the beta yet. And when we release the beta, we're going to be relying on you guys to really help us, but it's going to be part of your syndicate subscription. In addition, what I'm going to start doing is we've set up, I've got a full recording studio now in my office, and we're going to start doing some live coverage of big reports like the Thursday employment data reports. I'm also going to be doing a morning update for you guys that will be going out to you guys as syndicate members, all of that for free. So, not for free, but it's as part of your syndicate membership. So there's a host of things that are going to be coming over the next several months that are, those of you guys who are syndicate members are just going to be amazed at what we're doing with this program. I'm very, very excited about it. I want thousands and thousands and thousands of people to be part of this and that's why we're continuing to make it, we're not changing the price. We're not charging anybody anymore for your membership. So stick with me. I'll see you guys back here next week. Those of you who are syndicate members, I'll have an update to you again just as soon as I have something. And expect to see a little bit of the market report stuff coming out next week. So until next time, guys, good luck and good trading. I'll talk to you soon.